This video describes creating, editing, and working with classes. Just to reiterate the academic hierarchy, we have got programs as the umbrella at the top, such as English language, math, science, and so on. We then have courses, which are taken within each program. So you have English 12, English 9, English 11, English for grade 6. You have math for grade 10, math for grade 12, and so on. Within that course outline, and the course, by the way, holds all of the curriculum, the classes are taught. And classes are a group of students being taught by a teacher over a certain period of time. So if we open the classes tab, there's a caveat to this, is that the class must have been created beforehand. Okay, so you see we have the course, the program and the course, and we've got two classes set up for junior kindergarten. We've got two for each of these. In economics, we have two classes set up for grade 12. We haven't got it scheduled, but we have them set up. In English, we have English 10. Now you notice we had created English 12 when we did the video for the courses, and it's not showing up here. And the reason it's not showing up is because without a class, it has nothing to do. So the schoolware looks through the data and says, oh, there's no classes involved with 10, so we don't show it on the classes tab. Anyway, if you want to get some information on the class, it's just a matter of clicking the tab here, and it will bring up the class details. So that it tells you the course identifier, and we can choose a term for this class. It brings up a list for the terms that we built in the term, and we can maybe take the first one as term number 1 in September. Okay, confirming that, yes. And then the class name and so on. The class schedule is we just choose the day or whatever we want to do, or you can leave that until later. Adding a teacher is quite simple. It's the same system, brings up the listing with the teacher. You then just choose the teacher that suits the situation, and as we have here, we have Joyce, and everything's set up. Or if you have a teaching assistant or a second teacher, you can put that in as well, and we're on the way. Now to revisit, we have to get English 10, or English 12 and 11, 12. So let's go back to the courses, and we see we've got the program now, the English language umbrella program, and here is the English 12. What we want to do is add a class. So we will click here, and we're going to say, okay, we need an English class. So we click here, confirm creating a class for the course English 12. It then brings up what we just saw a moment ago, that same dialogue without too much in it. We're going to then take this out and say, okay, it's going to be in term number 1, which is from September till February. Click here, that confirms it. And then we can choose the schedule, for example, Monday, and the time block is going to be B, and Tuesday, or this defaults to the different days. And you can set this up, and you can put the room numbers in, room 108, and so on. It defaults everything first, and then you can work from there after that to set it up. And to add the teacher, you just click the plus button and choose where we got teaching here. These should just be teachers, actually. I have to fix that. Okay, we'll put Joan in here, and we're all set. And that completes for this class. Now, when we return to the courses of the class list, we will now see that English 12, the course, is listed here, and we have a class, English 12 for September 17, grade 12. We've got this term number 1, and this is Mrs. Joan is going to be the teacher, and this gives you the details of that class, which is we just saw a moment ago. So there in a nutshell is how you manage the classes in the system. Now that we've seen how to set up the classes, we must reinforce that the classes must be set up before we can put students or assign students to classes. That may sound redundant and may sound like I'm being silly, but it's not, because when you decide to register that student for grade 12 English and there's no grade 12 English, then you have to come back and do this course. So the setup is to set the classes up that are going to be going on in your school initially and keep them up to date. And when another term is looming in the near future, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 weeks or 6 weeks you're ahead, you actually create the classes for that next term.